Wait, this company secretly powers almost every AI tool that you use daily. ChatGPT, Google, Netflix, and YouTube all run on the very same invisible engine. That powerful engine is called Nvidia, and most people still have absolutely no idea. This company went from almost shutting down to being worth a massive $3 trillion. $3 trillion is bigger than the entire economy of France, the whole country. By the end of this video, you will completely understand how this incredible story happened. You will learn the smartest money lesson hiding inside Nvidia's amazing and surprising true story. Stay until the very end. This might completely change how you think about money. Our story begins inside a tiny Denny's diner booth all the way back in the year 1993. Three excited young friends sat together with huge dreams and almost zero money to spend. One of those three friends was a man named Jensen Huang, born in Taiwan, Asia. As a teenager in America, young Jensen worked very hard washing dishes at restaurants daily. He wasn't rich or famous at all, just a regular, hard-working, and very determined kid. Jensen and his two friends started a company they proudly called Nvidia in that booth. A graphics chip is a tiny, powerful part inside computers that makes images look super amazing. Back then, Nvidia's only job was making video games look faster and far more beautiful. Games like car races and adventures needed special chips to draw millions of colorful pixels fast. For 10 whole years, that was everything Nvidia did, just making graphics for video games. They were not an AI company at all. Nobody even talked about AI back then. Jensen always wore the same black leather jacket every single day, never once a suit. He said the jacket meant being different, not following the usual boring and ordinary rules. Nvidia slowly grew bigger and better, making improved chips for gamers worldwide. Then something completely unexpected happened around 2006 that would change absolutely everything for Nvidia. Some curious university students were using Nvidia gaming chips to solve very complicated math problems. They found these chips could handle millions of tiny math tasks all at the very same time. A normal computer chip does one big task very fast, like one superhero running alone. But a GPU, Nvidia's special chip, is like having a million tiny helpers working together. That is exactly how training an AI works, millions of small calculations all happening at once. Jensen saw this incredible discovery and made the most important decision of his entire business life. In 2006, Nvidia built a special free programming tool for scientists and researchers. They named it CUDA. CUDA let scientists and students use Nvidia chips for way more than just making video games. Here is the genius move. Jensen gave this powerful CUDA tool away completely for free. Nvidia spent billions creating CUDA, then shared it freely with every student and scientist worldwide. Imagine giving every student on Earth your best super pencil, completely free of any charge. Those students grow up and only know how to write with your special pencil forever. That is exactly what Nvidia cleverly did with CUDA across every single university on the planet. Every AI researcher, every PhD student, and every scientist learned to build AI using Nvidia's CUDA. Big AI frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow were all built on top of Nvidia's CUDA. By the time companies wanted to build real AI, literally everyone was already using CUDA everywhere. Switching away from CUDA meant rebuilding absolutely everything from zero. Almost no company wanted that. Even Google built their own AI chip, but developers still chose to use CUDA anyway. Amazon built chips too, but developers kept choosing Nvidia's familiar and comfortable CUDA every time. This is called a software mode, like a giant invisible wall that protects all of Nvidia. Jensen spent 15 patient years building CUDA, with no guarantee it would ever truly pay off. In 2012, two researchers entered a global AI competition using just two ordinary Nvidia gaming chips. They won by such a huge margin that the entire scientific world was completely and utterly shocked. Jensen Huang called that historic moment the Big Bang of artificial intelligence, the spark of everything. AI researchers everywhere suddenly realized that Nvidia's chips were perfectly built for training smart programs. From 2016 to 2022, Nvidia quietly grew its data center business from nearly zero revenue upward. Data centers are giant buildings packed full of computers. They literally power the whole entire internet. Self-driving cars, medical research, and cloud computing were all secretly being powered by Nvidia chips inside. Nvidia's stock price rose an incredible 40 times over just 5 years, a truly mind-blowing number. But most money experts on Wall Street were still calling Nvidia just a boring old gaming company. They completely missed what was really happening. Jensen was quietly building something truly and completely unstoppable.
Then came November 2022, the moment that turned the whole entire technology world upside down. OpenAI released ChatGPT, A smart chatbot so impressive it shocked every single person who tried it. Suddenly, every big tech company on the entire planet wanted to build their very own smart AI. Microsoft, Google, Meta, and Amazon, every single giant company immediately needed thousands of Nvidia's special chips. Nvidia could not build chips fast enough. Waiting lists stretched out to a whole full year. Companies paid whatever huge price Nvidia asked. There was simply no other available option anywhere else. Nvidia earned $27 billion in revenue during 2022, already a very impressively large number. Then in 2023, that revenue number jumped way up to an enormous $44 billion total. And in 2024, Nvidia earned a truly staggering $130 billion in revenue. That growth speed is almost impossible to believe. Very few companies have ever grown so fast. Nvidia kept over 55% of every dollar it earned. That is incredibly rare in hardware. In 2019, Nvidia's stock cost around $6 per share, a pretty ordinary and small price. By 2024, that same share had climbed all the way up to around $140. $100 invested back in 2019 would have grown to over $2,300. That is a 23 times return, turning small savings into something truly large and life-changing. Jensen Huang became one of the most admired business leaders on the entire planet Earth today. His company did not just join the AI wave, it actually became the water underneath everything. In June 2024, Nvidia became the most valuable company on Earth, passing both Apple and Microsoft. $3 trillion is so enormous, it actually beats the entire economy of France or Canada. France has millions of people and thousands of businesses. One single company beat their whole economy. Now here's the most important money lesson hiding inside Nvidia's incredible and surprising success story. In 1849, thousands of excited people rushed to California, searching very desperately hard for gold. Most gold hunters ended up losing everything they had. Finding gold was genuinely rare and difficult. But the people selling shovels and blue jeans to those miners became surprisingly very wealthy instead. Levi Strauss sold tough pants to all the miners, and he built an enormous, lasting empire. Strauss never dug for gold himself. He just cleverly sold exactly what every gold hunter needed. Nvidia is the shovel seller of the AI gold rush, not the miner searching for gold. It does not matter which AI company wins, OpenAI, Google, Meta, or some unknown new startup. All of them need Nvidia's chips and tools to build absolutely anything with AI at all. This powerful idea has a name. Do not bet on who wins the big exciting race. Instead, always bet smartly on who is selling the actual track that the race is run on. That single idea right there could become the most valuable investing lesson of your entire life. Ecosystems beat products every single time. CUDA is worth far more than any chip Nvidia makes. Always look for companies that are building tools and platforms that others simply cannot live without or easily replace ever. Jensen built CUDA patiently for 15 long years, with no guarantee that AI would ever explode. The best investments often look completely boring and unimportant, until one day they absolutely are not. Patience is a real strategy. The people who wait and build are often the biggest winners. Do not always chase the exciting and flashy new thing. Look for the quiet builders instead. The quiet builders are often the ones who end up changing the whole entire world completely. That is exactly what Jensen Huang and Nvidia did. They built quietly and then changed everything forever. But here's something important. Even amazing companies can have real challenges and serious risks too. Google, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft are all now building their very own AI chips to compete. If big companies succeed at making their own chips, they may stop buying from Nvidia altogether soon. At $3 trillion in value, The market expects Nvidia to keep growing at an amazing speed. Any slowdown in AI spending could cause the stock price to drop from its very great heights. The best company in the world is not always automatically the very best stock to buy. So always think carefully and learn as much as you can before making any big money decisions. Nvidia's amazing story gives us two powerful lessons that we can use in our own lives forever. Lesson 1. Build ecosystems and tools that others truly cannot live without or easily replace ever. Lesson 2. Patience always wins, because the greatest rewards take a very long time to grow. Nvidia went from almost closing down to becoming the most important company on the entire earth. They did it by building patiently and being completely ready when the huge opportunity finally arrived. So here's the big question I want you to think about very carefully right now today. What thing is quietly being built right now that will matter hugely to the whole world later? Drop your answer in the comments below. Like and subscribe so you never miss anything like this.